Hey, this is Kevin.
And Riley.
And we're at Fantastic Caverns, so we're going to go check it out. So, stay tuned. It's a big cave. It's a hole in the ground. They drive Jeeps in it. All right, we're going to go there. Bye.
Wired for electricity around 1920. It was a machine similar to this one that produced the electricity. The way it worked, you'd have wood burning in the bottom, and as it burned, it would boil water. That would produce steam, and that would get the mechanical parts of the machine moving, and that, of course, is what would generate electricity. Although this was once a very useful and practical machine, it seems to have one function nowadays that seems to be everyone's favorite. If you wondered how was the cave formed in the first place, well, I'll simply tell you, we're sitting on an ancient underground riverbed. A river flowed through here and it dissolved away the limestone, leaving away this big space. Then it worked its way down into the lower level where it flowed for a while until it didn't. Yeah, that's one of our eastern pipistrel bats. We have two types of bats here in this cave. We have the eastern pipistrels, and when they're fully grown, their bodies are about the size of my thumb, so they're not very big. Please watch your head to the right. The ceiling gets low there. Some guys would tell you a bad joke right now. They tell you it's an extremely rare formation known as a stalagmite. It is a well pipe that was put in by a farmer living across the road from the entrance back in 1841. He knew the cave was here somewhere. He didn't know where exactly, and he was hoping he'd miss the cave. He wasn't quite successful, as you can see. Now, here's a fun fact. If your eyes go without light for 4 weeks, you go blind, and it's irreversible. You guys want to hang out for a couple months? No. Okay. Well, you can imagine what an adventure it would be to lead your way through a cave with just a single flame like the original explorers did, although there were 12 of them, so there are probably 12 flames. I've actually done it. It's not that easy. Now, oil lamps, they give off a bit more light once they get going. One of the neat things about these, you can put it on the front of a helmet and you have yourself a headlamp. And if you have any hair of any length, you might have to worry about it catching on fire. But even to this day, some modern explorers will take one of those with them when they go into a cave, because if your flashlights go out on you, you don't want to be left in the dark. It's hard to find your way out that way. Fill a big wooden hopper like this one with soil-containing saltpeter, and then they pour water over the top of it. Now, as the water filtered through the soil, it takes the saltpeter with it. So coming out the bottom will be a water-saltpeter mixture. We take the water-saltpeter mixture and pour it into a pot over a fire. Now, the fire would boil off the water, and you'd be left with saltpeter, which you can mix with potash and other ingredients to make gunpowder or explosives. And that's how they did that back in those days. In those days, it was common to put a candle into a coffee can and use that to light your way in dark places. It made a primitive flashlight or lantern of sorts. It helped to focus the candle light and protect the flame from wind and water to a certain degree. So I'll walk down there now. I'm now on the path that the ladies took. This area was given the nickname the Hall of Giants because of these large formations we have here. Probably my favorite part, the way the calcite crystals sparkle as I move the light around. Now today, we have the convenience of modern electric lighting, and it does have its advantages. Some guys allow that. The ceiling starts getting lower up here. Really low up here. Well, this is known as the breakdown area of the cave because the ceiling has collapsed 3 times throughout the history of the cave here. Now, if you look to your right, you'll see the debris pile that resulted from the 3 collapses. One of our Jeeps is under there. Kidding about that. The ceiling used to be at that level. And we have the first collapse, then the second, and then the third. So you can see a stair-step progression there. Now, if you look up at the side of the most recent collapse, you'll see a line of stalactites that started growing after the collapse. And if you remember, they grow about 1 inch every 100 years. Some of those are over 2 or 3 feet long. It's been thousands of years since the last collapse. Well, I'm shining my light. He rode several miles on horseback from what was then Springfield in February of that year. Parked their horses, crawled through that hole, and explored the cave for the day. Crawled back out, got back on their horses, rode back to town, and they told everybody about what they saw. Next day, Knox opened up the cave for tours. It was 50 cents. You got your own candle, you crawled through there, and you're on your own. Good luck. I think we have a better deal today, even with inflation.
What did you think about the fantastic caverns?
It was fun and cool. And there's like a lot of sparkly stuff.
Today we were at Fantastic Caverns, and now we're just kind of walking along the little path here that they have out in the woods above the ground. If you're coming through the Springfield area, Fantastic Caverns is a cool little stop. They actually bring you down into the cave, pull you through propane-powered Jeeps on a little tram. Very, very cool stuff. So you need to check it out.